What's up, you guys? All right, well, here we are back in the saddle with a TD Ameritrade account. I just made back pretty much everything I lost on my last red day. I'm up $358. Nice, a green day, a solid trade, and I could have made a little bit more, but I screwed up my order entry, so I didn't take full size. I could have added another 500 shares and probably had an extra, well, probably only $75 of profit, but hey, $400, that would have been 10% in this small account. So, it is what it is, but a green day, I'm happy with that. I gotta wait for the cash to settle 2 days, and then I'll be back at it for the next day in the TD Ameritrade Small Account Side Hustle Challenge. All right, so we're gonna do our TD Ameritrade Small Account Side Hustle Challenge recap. This is my TD account here. The one trade I took today, BKYI, $358.38. Not bad, 36 cents. A green day, not the absolute easiest day ever, but I did okay. And I tried to really step up to the plate with BKYI, and I kept getting my orders rejected because I don't have enough money to buy as many shares as I wanted to buy. What I should have done, I was using 1,000 shares as my default size, so I pressed it once and twice, and then I kept pressing it knowing that I would max out my buying power, and it would max out wherever it maxed out, if it was 3,000 shares or if it was 4,000, whatever. I guess I didn't really fully do the math today on, you've got this amount. Actually, I had that amount minus this. So I had $4,000 roughly. So 4,000, and you're looking at a stock that's $1.50, you can't buy 4,000 shares of it. So I should have entered the order for 500 shares. That way I could have gotten myself up to 2,500 shares. But in any case, BKYI, I jumped into it, bye-bye, and then I took some profit as it went up here. It was absolutely the right thing to do, to take a little profit when I was up that much, 13 cents. So let's look at BKYI. This was the leading gapper in the entire market today. And for what it's worth, the market is down 1,000 points. Dow Jones is down 1,000 points. The S&P 500 is down, let's see what percent, we'll use percent, 4%. So it's, we're in a little bit of an ugly market right now, but I was still able to find some opportunities, and that was, of course, by focusing on this stock BKYI, which was our leading gapper in the entire market, opening up 173%. And for what it's worth, I do still like it. I do still think it has potential for a move to $2. But at the moment, I am sitting out. The halt level is at $1.54. That's the volatility bands. So if it did halt going up, I'd be pretty bullish on it. What I like right now is that it was stair-stepping down, kind of stepping down. And now, for the first time, it is stair-stepping up. So this is significant what it's doing right here, but it's also at a time of day that is a little harder to be super bullish, because coming into lunch hour, a lot of people just step out of the market and aren't trading. So I don't know if it's actually going to work right now. But in any case, my trade on it, well, first of all, we've got a $30 million, let me open this, $30 million contract for biometric security solutions for African telecommunications company. That's the catalyst, that's the headline. All right, so I like to keep an eye on the headline. Halt levels moved up to 58. If this breaks over 50, see, it's so tempting, but I of course would have to wait for a pullback. The volume is increasing here, as you can see. Very interesting. So, definitely I'll keep an eye on it. I would do 5,000 shares as a starter. I'll put my order at 60 for right now, so it's ready to go. So the high is 52 as we're starting to turn around. So anyways, right out of the gates, in the first couple of minutes, this stock squeezed up and got halted on a circuit breaker. And so as it was squeezing up, I jumped in. That was at $1.39, $1.40. It got halted at $1.56. It halted for 5 minutes. Then it opened higher. It opened at 64 and squeezed up to 70 before pulling back to 47, consolidating and ending up coming back down a little bit. So that was my trade on it. It was a quick trade right out of the gates. It's called a gap and go trade. Stock is gapping up and I jump in to ride that momentum to the next level. For the heck of it, we're going to watch it here. We've got our high of 55, which is significant because we're double topping at this level. We had resistance at 54 earlier, but it was able to break through. So as I look at it right now, you know, I kind of have my hand on the buy button, watching. It's 53 by 55. Break of 55 is typically where I would probably get in. This is not a well-established 1 minute pullback yet. It's only a 10-second pullback. It's clearly a 10-second pullback, but the 1 minute chart has gone all the way from 35 to 55. That's 20 cents, practically 20%. So I'm concerned that buying this without a pullback would be too extended. Instead, what I would prefer would be to see the way it pulled back right here, a moderate pullback, and then a breakout of this double top. And so that would be a handle formation. So we have this cup, and then we get a small handle, and it can be formed through just a few red candles. Even the next candle could potentially form an entry. So we'll watch this here for a moment. Let's see, we've got a high there, so that's 56. High of this current candle I look at, and it is 52. Of course, the stock has 10 million shares of volume. It's very thickly traded. It is up 200%. It's holding its gains quite well. But for it to really open up, what we would need to see would be a breakthrough the high here of, I guess, 55 actually. And then a squeeze up to 60. It needs to break this level right here of 60. Then it needs to break over 64. And then we want to see the high of 70. So right now is a pullback. Watching. It's got a seller at 55. See how that's a hidden seller right there? But if it breaks 55, that would be a good trade. So I'll have my order at 60. You can see the limit orders here at 60. I've got my hand on the buy button. So I'm looking for it to break over 155, 156. But because there's a hidden seller there, I don't want to get in early. I want to see it break. Right? I don't know how big that hidden seller is. Is it 10,000 shares? Is it 100,000 shares? Is it 200,000 shares? I can buy my 5,000, but if I buy and that hidden seller is still there, so we've got, you see there just for a second, a buyer of 20,000 shares at 51, and then that buyer pulled back their order. So I'm going to be watching this. Hands on the buy button. It is a micro pullback, but it's not quite ready. So you can see how it kind of pops up and then pulls back. And this is sometimes typical of stocks of this float and this price range and this volume, that they don't go on the first try and they have to pull back a little bit and they do a false breakout, and you have to be a little more patient with them. That's why I usually prefer just trading in the first 15, 20 minutes of the day, because that's when we usually see the most predictable resolution to these patterns. So this didn't break at that moment where it kind of needed to. So at this point, it's continuing to consolidate underneath 55. It's interesting, but I'm just gonna let it go for now, and I will catch up with you guys first thing tomorrow morning. All right, hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye, everyone. Hey, did you know that I go live every single morning between 9 and 9:15 to stream my pre-market watch list? Subscribe to the channel, press the bell for the alert, and you'll get the notification.